you going, everybody? What's going on? Thanks for tuning in, everybody. What am I doing here? Yeah. DustyWAVE. DustyWAVE Radio. DustyWAVE Radio. Come on. How you going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Just woke up getting my shit sorted out. I traded my moonshine and beer and for coffee this morning. I went to Hillsong Church last night with my mates. With my mate from bloody high school, Zane. He's a legend. And my other two youth boys, who I was their youth leader for years. Anyway, it was good fun. But yeah. So, morning everyone. G'day. Mitchell Owen, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. We'll hook into the news. I just got heaps of news today. I'm going to hook in and read. I might just even read it off my phone because I'm super fucking lazy. Nah. I just sat there. Takes me a while before I wake up in the morning, eh? And I was like, yeah, mate. Or I'll just smash through some news, save it on my phone because I'm so lazy. How you going? Yeah, we've got some good news. How's this? Did you just read? G'day, Dusty. G'day, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. How's this? I'm reading Summit News. Paul Joseph Watson, the legend. This is what he reckons. Ted Cruz introduces resolution declare Antifa a domestic terrorist organization. Ted Cruz is a fucking legend. He's all right, old Ted. Antifa, yeah, where we go. Antifa is a terrorist organization opposed by composed of hateful, intolerant radicals who pursue their extreme agenda through aggressive violence time and time again. Their actions have demonstrated that their central purpose is to inflict harm on those who oppose their views, tweeted Cruz after introducing the resolution. What a fucking legend. I remember Cruz's debates with Trump, and Trump smashed him. But anyway, at least he's doing something good. Ted's light for a Cuban immigrant. Is he a Cuban immigrant? I heard he's has Cruz is like a Latino name. I don't know where he's from. He's all right, mate. Old Teddy. The text of the resolution asserts that there is no place for political-driven violence in civil society because the United States is a place where there is diversity of ideas and opinions. Congratulations. What a legend. Thank goodness someone with like a half a brain in their head has finally put this forward. You'd think it would be, you think a bill like this would have been put forward ages ago. You know what I mean? His parents were Cuban. That's cool. Ted Cruz, eh? What a legend. When I was in Miami, there was we went to the New Year's celebration in Miami where the big orange drops, and there was so many Latinos. It must have been like 85% Latinos and Cubans, and they seem to love America. You know what I mean? And there was also who else sang? There was like a free concert, and Pitbull sang, and J-Lo. No, it wasn't J-Lo. It was fucking Pitbull anyway. And I was like, oh yeah, Pitbull's all right. And I looked up a scene on YouTube. Pitbull was he does a good spiel against communism and how he loves America. So these Cubans who make it to America, they're fucking based as, I reckon, from my experience. Banana boat Cubans, but he's a good libertarian. I support him during the elections. Trump was a novelty. Yeah. But Trump's done such a bloody good job, hasn't he? Trump is consistent. Like, everyone loved Trump because he was stirring the pot and shit stirring everyone. And everything's just like water off a duck's back with Trump. And that's why people love him. I think that's why people loved him, and that's why people still love him, because he's consistent with his shit stirring and just talking off the cuff, and nothing sticks to him. He's like, fuck yeah. What a legend. He just doesn't care. He doesn't care what the stupid PC losers think of him, mate. He's not interested. Anyway, let's keep fucking reading this. Still no wall, though, I know. If there was like, I said to my missus, I was like, can we go and build the wall? Because I'm a concreter. I'm like, can we actually migrate to America? I want to build the wall. So if there was like, I reckon Trump's going to get 2020. It'd be good if they like, I reckon Trump's strategy is just like, get like funding for the wall like $1 billion at a time, and he'll just slowly fucking build the wall. By the time he's like done his second term, he's going to be like, fair amount of that wall's going to be built, I reckon. DustyWAVE radio, come to America, Dusty. Yeah, mate. I'm so keen. It probably will happen. I'll probably come. It'll be like, remember Beavis and Butthead? Remember Beavis and Butthead does America? That's what it'd be like. Dusty does America. It'd be out of control. I'll show you how to deal with all the crackheads and homeless people and shit. I'll just go drinking with them, and I'll be like, straight up Santa Monica Pier and Venice Beach down there, fucking around with all them weirdos. I love them people. Anyway, where the hell was I in this article? Don't know where I am. The resolution arrives after Antifa attacked a journalist, Andy No, and others in Portland. The assailant that left No with a brain hemorrhage. Whoa, dead set. Get this. Friend of mine died this week of a brain hemorrhage. 26-year-old Sheila, just like bang, was healthy. I think it was almost a year ago since we went out. We were drinking together, having a good time, and life is just can do you in so quickly. Andy's lucky. He got punched with them sweet gloves with them, like, it's like hardened plastic on the knuckles, and they just, I used to have a pair when I was younger. I used to ride bikes, you know what I mean? And they're tough as, you wouldn't want to get hit by them. I'm telling you. You get fucking your face smashed in. Anyway, where was I? Last week, 69-year-old William Van Spronson also attempted to firebomb an ICE facility in Washington. He wrote, I am Antifa on his manifesto. This would not be the first time that Antifa has referred to as a domestic terrorist outfit in official circles. Back in July 2017, the Department of Homeland Security in New Jersey officially listed Antifa as domestic terrorist. Cool. Terrorist organization after a rash of violent attacks by the group targeted supporters of Donald Trump. We've had run-ins with Antifa in my city of Brisbane. The first one, we went to the Stephen Molyneux Lauren Southern. They did like a speaking tour of Australia. Went to our thing in Brisbane City, and there was like a journalist from the Unshackled with us having drinks, and he's like, "Oh, I've heard Antifa are down the park. I might go check it out." And we were just like, "Dude, we're running late. We got to go. We don't advise it." Next thing you know, that guy got bashed by like 5 people or more. Had to get surgery, lost his job, ruined his life. Probably he got bashed way worse than Andy Doe. And guess what? Nothing fucking happened. Nothing happened to Antifa. Mainstream media said absolutely nothing about it. And then that night we walked in, Antifa. We had this kid with us, this young dude. They stole his hat. I've seen that they abused the shit out of me. We went to this rally that was against, you know how they want to teach gender fluid to kids? They have this program called, it was called the Genderbread Person. And they were teaching kids in school that there was like, gender was fluid. You can change your mind, whatever you are. And yeah, so we went to this protest. Antifa abused me and told me to go back to New Zealand. They were racist. They even had a sign. They were holding a sign that said "Proud Boys are gay." And then we went to a pro-life rally because they introduced late-term abortion in my state, and we were there, and the police pushed through. The Antifa pushed through the police barricade, ran up to this old lady, and was like, "You bitch," just like full abusing her, ready to bash this old lady. And this old lady had a sweet picture of like, I think it was baby Jesus. He's like, "Get back." And I was like, tried to pull my camera to catch it, and I just missed it. I was so spewing. That's my interactions at Antifa. They're fucking losers. Like in the real world, they just suck. They ain't no good, man. I'm glad Ted Cruz has fucking put his thing out. Know what I mean? Mitchell Owen, does the manifesto include drinking soy daily? I reckon it must. These fucking pathetic losers. That's all they are, mate. Should we go on some other good news? Here's some other good news. Antifa's getting, I mean, this is off RT News. You know, Tommy Robinson News. TR News. Yeah, Tommy Robinson News. Facebook's getting sued by, I think it's like some Israeli dude, some Jewish fella, is suing Facebook for $500 billion in Australia. There's some crap like they banned advertisement for cryptocurrencies, right? And this dude's like, hang on a minute, we have like monopoly laws or something, so that's why the court case is able to go through in Australia. But yeah, it seems that this guy, here we go, in January 14, 2018, Facebook, Google, and Twitter announced the respective ad ban for cryptocurrency, each announcing the cryptocurrency with the announcement, each cryptocurrency market plunged 53% from Facebook, 30% from Google, and 23% on Twitter. Anyway, this ad ban was a blatantly anti-competitive attack by virtual monopolies on their competitors in the blockchain space. It did immerse harmful to cryptocurrency investors and the huge number of legitimate projects trying to create a better decentralized internet. And I was like, I bought like $500 worth of crypto back then, and I fucking lost heap. I bought it at the wrong time, just as the crash happened. And I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, sold it at the wrong time. I still got $150 worth of fucking Ripple, which is nothing. I'm just like, no, fuck. I sold all my shares in crypto. I was like, I'm out. And I started investing in other things, which have been much more profitable. I was like, I'm fucking out. I didn't know what I'm doing. I actually did make profit at the end of the day with my shares because I just did my tax return. I was like, what do you know? I was so fucking lazy. I just gave up. Let's be honest. I was like, nah. One day I'll have another crack at it. But anyway, it doesn't even matter. But yeah, so this is kind of good news because they're going to try to sue the dude. Facebook, Google, and Twitter have been sent legal letters putting them on notice about claim for damage exceeding $500 billion, comprising of $350 billion in investor losses from market drops, over $150 billion in cryptocurrency exchange revenue lost, and untold billions of cryptocurrency projects lost. The claim is global because it's against both their Australian subsidiaries and parent companies who are doing business in Australia. Anyone worldwide who has suffered loss from the ad ban can claim damages. Holy crap. So anything good that just fucking gives shit, gives I think anything that just we can get back at Facebook, the fucking losers. And guess what? I got my paperwork to own 10% of this social media company, the slateboard.com. So I got to send that away. Send it to my financial advisor and be like, look over this and lodge this for me. And anyway, then I'll probably start talking about that more. Should be fucking good. That'd be so funny because they booted me off Facebook. The ultimate revenge is being a part of creating our own social media company, which might not take off, or it might. Who bloody knows? We'll have a crack anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's going on here? I reckon my coffee's getting cold. Thanks for tuning in, 22 of yous. RT News has just made a documentary about the grooming gangs in the UK. Yeah, I'll be keen to watch that. Lisa NW. N8. Yeah. Okay. All right. There we go. It's 9 a.m. in Brisbane right now. Yeah, mate. It's 9:17. Last Saturday I was doing shots in the morning. Hey, Dusty. He's awesome, Dusty. A funny bloke. Yeah. Funny hat, at least. You know what I mean? You have a financial advisor? Yeah. I guess in Australia, I don't know. To do all your super and insurance and shit and shares, whatever. Let's face it, I need all the help I can get. It's always good to get good legal advice instead of fucking around. When's Dusty drinking? Hey, I'm gonna go get a beer. Just give me a second. You. I'm going out. We're going to the pub later today. Meeting some new Proud Boys. They keep coming through Telegram. And Telegram's been awesome for the Proud Boys, by the way. But yeah, we're going to go meet some new dudes and then we're going to play poker at night. First beer of fucking 9:20 in the morning. Put a bit of moonshine in my coffee. You know what I mean? $5 for Dusty to do a shot, by the way. Should we keep reading some stuff here? What's other kind of good news? We try to smash out some good news. Oh yeah, let's read this. I love alien shit. I watched the Bob Lazar. Is it the Bob Lazar thing on Netflix? And I listened to the Bob Lazar UFO thing on with the Joe Rogan interview. It was bloody awesome. And then because I was like, oh yeah, I love all that crap. Interesting thing, when Bob Lazar in the Joe Rogan interview, anyway, he reckons they dug it up. They dug up the alien spacecraft. Who knows? But it's so funny and interesting to listen to. But yeah, here's an article about the Area 51 thing. How everyone's gonna fucking run in there and get shot. But the cool thing is, I love it. I love all this stuff. So let's just read it. I reckon the Bob Lazar thing has made people really want to storm it. That's just my thinking. I reckon everyone was just like, fuck. Listen to the Joe Rogan interview with him and the YouTube thing, and they were like, we're definitely going in there, man. All the fucking stoners and shit. They're going to get shot up. Just like that Antifa loser who got shot up by ICE. That's a perfect example why you would not want to fucking storm some government facility. Anyway, US Air Force Oh, 2 shots coming up. I want to thank my sponsors, Bubba Gump, Shrimp and Co. It's not easy being an alcoholic, but do what you got to do. Cheers. DustyWAVE Radio. Fuck. That's some strong moonshine. Give me a minute. I'll be off me face in a minute. Don't want to repeat of last weekend. Nah. It's going to be good. The last 2 weekends, we went on a hunting trip, right? With the blokes. Went on a hunting trip. It was fucking awesome. Killed a rabbit. I got to eat him. Killed heaps of other stuff. And then the girl, all our wives were like, well, we want a girls' weekend. And they went down the coast. And the following weekend, so all the blokes were just like, yeah, no worries. See you, girls. And we just had like a beers and a barbecue at mine Friday night. Then we went to Medieval Festival on the Saturday. So we've had like 2 fucking awesome weekends away with the boys. Fucking, it's been the best, honestly. But then I was like, that's why I didn't do Cheap Tuesday, because like I really want to spend time with my wife. She's awesome. I don't think I ever get sick of her. Like I'd get sick of hanging out with my mates that much. Honestly, with the blokes, I'd be like, he's starting to piss me off. Nah, they don't piss me off. But yeah. Anyway, cheers, Bubba Gump. Thanks, DustyWAVE. Genus. That's harsh. Fuck. That is a strong batch. Thanks for the $10, mate. Anyway, I'll just read a little bit here in the comments section. Going blind in 5, 4, 3, 2. I take the methanol or ethanol, whatever it is, out of my moonshine, so I can't go blind. Roots Callan. Some protesters got cuffed and kicked out of the Trump rally, and some dude stuck a MAGA hat on him as the cops dragged him out and couldn't shake it off. That's so fucking funny. When did that happen? What rally was that? Dudes can't hang out for more than 3 days in a row before they get all irritated with each other. Yeah, it's probably true. My missus was like, they were like, oh my God, we just talked. They had their little weekend away and they were just talking about everything. And they were like, what did you guys talk about? I'm like, oh, there was one time where one of the guys was saying how much he loved being a father. I'm like, that was the only emotional conversation we had the whole time. And the rest of it was just like, we want to kill. It was just walking around in silence in the bush and just fucking shooting shit, setting up traps and that. Yeah, we really didn't say fuck all. And that's probably why we would like manage. We could probably go longer than, you probably go longer than 3 days hunting because you kind of like out there fucking not saying so much because you're like, shut the fuck up. Stalking these animals like the predator, you know what I mean? Yeah, and the women, they get so emotional. They're like, I can't believe you don't have these conversations. No wonder why you're so angry. I'm not angry. No one is angry. You don't forgive people. My missus thinks I don't forgive people because I don't want to hang out with them. If I see someone who's like a dickhead, I'm like, that person, weirdo, really frustrating. And I'll just be like, probably won't hang out with them because you don't want to hang out with these people. You have an anger problem. I have not been angry towards anyone. Only Muslims. Nah. Only joke. Kind of an anger towards, no joke. Anyway, let's read this article. The U.S. Air Force has issued strong warning to anyone planning to join a bid to invade the secret research base in search of evidence which proves the existence of extraterrestrial life. 1 million people have pledged to meet up and storm Area 51 and see them aliens in a response to a proposal post on Facebook. If I lived there, I would be like, I don't know if you could stop me going, eh? I'd be like, hey, you going? Dusty Bogan here. So going around with my mic. Ready to get shot tonight, boys? You know what I mean? It'd be so much fun. although the page appears to have been started up as a joke, so many people have now signed up. That's the US Air Force has stepped in to issue a warning to anyone thinking of trying to infiltrate the facility, which is located deep in the Nevada desert. I'm sure like Antifa and some of these like weirdo radical groups will be like, let's just fucking be a part of this and, you know, get in there and undermine it. I reckon it does set up, if I was the government, I'd be like, this does set up like a dangerous, like it's like a dangerous part of like culture. What happens if like you had secret foreign governments who like had a few people who were like deliberately inciting fucking unrest and stirring the shit up, getting people shot, or like, you know, it's totally fucking thing. Totally a possibility. I would be like, as if like, surely we did that in the Arab Springs, and they were like, let's give these Arabs Facebook, see what happens, and they just like protested the fuck, and surely the CIA was like in there fucking around, causing that whole thing. Maybe that's what would be happening now. If I was like Russia or China or fucking Iran, I'd be like, yep, just a few dudes. Send a few dudes in there to like, people are like sheep, you know what I mean? They're just like, yeah, we're going to storm it. Send a few in the crowd. Anyway, I'll jump back in the comment section just for a wee bit. I can barely make my way through an article. The moonshine's kicking in. Glenn, he reckons shooting, rooting, fishing, and drinking the best things in life. Yeah, mate. No fucking dramas. Keen to go fishing. My mate's buying a boat, so I'll be able to go. I'll be like, yeah, mate, I'm coming fishing. Women shouldn't vote. I know. I tell my wife how to vote. She's like, who do I vote for? All right. The Greens, nah. The best thing is my missus just did her first year of work, and she got her like, she was like, you know, they send you your fucking letter and they're like how much you earned and how much you paid in tax, and she's like, oh my goodness, I paid so much money in tax, I can't believe it. And I was like, yeah. I'm like, do you like understand why people are like, I think in Australia it's like 65 cents in every dollar you earn goes back to the government. Like, we're getting taxed, mate. You get income tax. They have a GST tax on like everything you buy. Fuel tax. Fuel tax is like 50%. Alcohol tax is like 75%. I think cigarettes is 75%. You got gambling tax. You got to pay land tax. You got to pay vehicle registration. You have like stamp duty every time you buy and sell property or a vehicle. They tax your bloody shares. They tax everything. They tax everything, man. It's just her income, like even her income tax. She was like, I can't believe this. I'm like, yeah, and what about all the other taxes you got to pay? I'm like, and it's 60. It's like, let's call it 55%. They say it's upward of 65% tax. But let's call it 55%. And you imagine this, the government, we just got our Trump elected, and he was like, we're giving everyone a tax cut. What a fucking legend. Thank goodness. The opposition, our Hillary, he was like, we're going to bring in, there was a fuckload. It was like $158 billion worth of promises that this guy made. He didn't win. And he just wanted to raise taxes to pay for it all, which would have pushed us. And this wasn't, he didn't even talk about a carbon tax. This is how fucking retarded they are, right? So retarded. And then and then there's like the potential of bringing in a carbon tax where they taxing your fucking pollution. How much tax do you want to take? There comes a point where every person must say, it must be like, this is a fucking joke. At what percentage of, like, if you're losing 50 cents in every dollar, 65 cents in every dollar, you're becoming a fucking slave, man. It's insane. But anyway, I'm so proud of my wife. She made it through uni. She didn't turn into a feminist. She's just a feminine woman. She's amazing. I love her. I want to spend time with her. She's the least annoying person I know. She has a real good heart. And then she's like, I can't believe how much tax I paid. And then she got the tax return and the extra tax cut from the government. She's like, this is so good. This is so good for hardworking people. I'm like, thank God you're like normal. I guess I was quite optimistic when I married my wife. We got engaged. She was 18. I was 23. Got married. She was 19. I was 24. So, like, you don't know how it's going to. I guess I was very optimistic, and it worked out. Thank goodness. She can vote. She's the only woman who I allow vote. And some people are retarded. I even had people in my church who were like, I voted for the Greens party, which is the most extreme fucking party exists in Australia. I'm like, are you okay? Are you fucking insane? What's wrong with you? You ain't leading me into worship, mate. I'm putting the wall up. Nah. All good. Where the fuck was I in the comment section? I'm losing it here. Getting thirsty. Dusty is killing me today. Thanks, DustyWAVE. Barely got my shit together. Just woke up. Didn't even eat breakfast. I looked in my house. I had one of these Macca's feasts, they're called. You get like a Big Mac, quarter pounder, 2 cheeseburgers, 4 small fries, and 4 small drinks. On the way home from church last night, I was like starving. And I woke up and there was a few cheeseburgers left in the fridge. I woke up. The missus is gone because, you know, the evaporation machine who just evaporates money. She had to wake up and had the desire to go spend money. I need to make myself look beautiful. Which is all good. I like that. And I wake up and there's no food. She ate my cheeseburgers. So I haven't eaten anything. The alcohol's going to kick in. This is going to be an amazing day. To be blind drunk all day. And Black Lungs, right? He got his driver's license. You know Black Lungs. If you follow this channel, you know who Black Lungs is. Anyway, Black Lungs finally got his driver's license, which is great because he's going to drive me into the pub. He's driving me around everywhere. He fucking owes me big time. The joke was, anyway, where am I? Zen Rhino. How's it going? Thanks, mate. It's been a while since I've seen you in the comment section. Where have you been, mate? Nah. Keep an eye on this bloke. Jesus Christ, Dusty movie. I was talking to my mate. He's real switched on. He helped me build my website for free. I was like, can we make a movie? And he's like, yes. He's like, we could make a movie. I'm like, are you serious? He's like, yes, we can make a movie. I'm like, cool. For some reason, people always want to help me. I don't know why, but it's pretty fucking great. Payroll tax around 5%. That'd be amazing. Flat taxes. We had a barbecue last Friday, like I was saying. The wives all went away. We had a barbecue last Friday, and I invited my mate he literally is Antifa. He is Antifa. His philosophy, he said, I would join Antifa. I think he's a part of Antifa in Australia. And it's so funny. He's coming to hang out with Proud Boys and drink and have barbecue with us. But I don't give a fuck. Whatever. It's like, yeah, mate, come on. He's all right. And it's funny. He's a Christian, and somehow he's like so fucking. He's so far off the reservation. He's so far left. It's insane. And he's sitting there talking to my mates, and he's like, I can't believe Scott Morrison won the election. I can't believe people voted for him. This is like our Trump. In our Trump, he went to the election. He was like, we want to give Australians a tax cut and spend a little bit more on infrastructure. That was it. Two things. Two things. He didn't get sucked into any identity politics. He said nothing. He's like, yeah, that's just the two things we want to do. We're going to leave everything the same. Whilst the opposition leader, the equivalent of the Democrats guy, Bill the Goblin Shorten, idiot, had $158 billion worth of fucking unfunded promises. What a retard. Anyway, couldn't believe my Antifa mate coming around. He was saying all this shit, and we were like, all the Proud Boys and my mates, they were just like, yeah, how you going? And we were just joking, taking the piss out of all sides of politics, like having fun. And he just went on and on and on. It was just like, oh man, can't you see we're being nice to you? We're not like riling you up. We're taking the piss out of both sides of politics. We're having a laugh. He never stopped, eh? He was such a fucking the left. When you get to know like hardcore left wing like Antifa types, they really have their own fucking conspiracy theories, eh? They're like, but Murdoch and fucking they reckon the mainstream media is biased against left-wing politics. Like, this is how fucking crazy it is. Here we go, another $5 fucking shot. Other talk. They probably even tax my super chat to the Dusty man himself. It's madness. They actually do. They fucking do, mate. I have to declare this. I think I got my first bit of money from YouTube. I don't know how exactly it worked, but I'm pretty sure I lost like a huge chunk of it to Google, and then I'm probably going to lose a huge chunk of it to tax next year. I'll have to declare it, and then I'll be fucking. They're going to take a huge chunk of it. So sorry, guys. This kind of fucking sucks, right? Cheers for the shot, mate. Fuck. 3 shots. Half a beer. I'm getting there. Oh, $5 take a shot. I know. I'm getting there. This must be like, I don't know. Next time I'll bring my little alcohol tester and we'll test how much alcohol is in this moonshine. Sometimes I get lazy and I'm just like, one time I was with my Aboriginal mates and we were drinking in the park, and I was like, yeah, I'll come down. Came down drinking. I bought my bottle of moonshine with me, and I'm like, fuck, this is strong. And I drank like, I don't know, we were sitting there, we only drank like half the bottle, and I'm like, right, boys, I've got to go. See you later. You guys can knock off that bottle. And I went home and I tested the same batch of moonshine, and it was fucking like 85% alcohol. And I quickly like called the boys up. I'm like, oi boys, go water that down. You're gonna fucking burn your stomach. I thought it was really strong. And they're like, yeah, Les is fucking shivering and throwing up. And I'm like, it's been 20 minutes. How much did you drink? Apparently they just binge drink, shot it all. Something like that. And then I went back and drank with them after that, after I did what I had to do. Fucking funny, eh? But that's the price of being a bogan, you know what I mean? The Aboriginals are just like bogans. Besides from they listen to shit music, you know what I mean? Some of it's alright, but most of it's shit. That's the only difference. They listen to shitty R&B and rap, and it's just not me. I'm like, right, boys. Won't be long before the fit a carbon meter on our arse and charge us by fart. I know. It's fucking crazy. They will. There used to be a thing called daylight robbery. You heard of the term daylight robbery? And I think it was might have been in France or England, right? The UK. Back in the day, they would charge you for having windows in your house, daylight coming into your house, and there was a tax on it called daylight robbery. That's what the carbon tax is. It's just like daylight robbery. Some of the taxes we pay, you're like, that's a fair. It's kind of a fair trade. Like some of the stuff, you're like, yeah, that's like. I don't know if it like I can't say we're getting good value for money because there's no competition. So how would you ever know? They just burn through the money and waste it. So we're not getting it. We're not really getting it. If they privatized, a lot of these government departments could be privatized into, they privatize them. This is how they fuck up. They're like, we are privatizing and selling these assets. And then they like fund that service through private companies. And it kind of is better. It's probably better than getting the government to do it. But they do that, but they privatize it into a monopoly, right? And that's where we're getting fucked over. Look, privatizing into a monopoly is better than keeping it in the public sector, in the government. I agree. I think it's a good move. But don't privatize shit into a monopoly. That is fucking retarded. The free market and capitalism works with competition. You know what I mean? Through competition, we get better value for money. Anyhow, I just fucking talk shit all day. Where was I? Where am I? I'm losing myself. What the fuck have I done? What have I done here? Somehow fucked this up. Welcome to the Dusty Bogan Show, where fucking every second thing I do is half fucked and I'm half drunk. And hopefully I can fix this. I've stuffed this up somehow. Can't even read the comment section now. Here we go. This will do. This will fucking do. Where was I? I don't know where I was in the comment section. Congratulations to your wife. Yeah, she's good. She's switched on. We did like. I don't want to talk about what she does for work anyway. She's really good. I'm proud of her for being like about the tax stuff, and she really works hard. She's a hardworking. We've always been hard out workers, and now we're like, geez, we need to slow it down, which has been great. Shout out to Dusty's wife. It's nice that you guys are being nice to me about my wife, because you know when someone's like, she's a real bitch, and you'd be like, you want to bash someone. That's how I got in my last fight. You see the scar on my cheek? And fought a bloke. I ended up fighting two blokes and got fucking split open pretty badly. But someone mouthed off to the wife. I was like, righto then. Let's fucking do this, mate. And I think he was shocked because, you know, some people, they're like, they fucking all talk. This is my theory. I was saying to my brother, this is my theory. You're better off to joke around and shit stir and kind of troll people, right? Trolling, shit stir, and joking around. It's like the last defense poor people have or working class people have. All the rich fuckers will sue you or fire you. Like all the bosses, most of them are dickheads. The rich people, they could be real fucking dickheads socially, right? And our only way to get back at them is wind them up and stir them up, joking around. You have to let everything be like water off a duck's back. Like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. But then you just wind them up, and you joke around. They can't stop you. Joking around is our only form of self-defense because you can't, you know, if you go and punch on with people, you're getting heaps of shit, right? You have to go to court and fucking like it's the biggest fuck around, get arrested, they take you to court. So it's not like advisable. It's shit. Like you can't just sort your problems out with knuckling on one anymore. That's like almost fucking gone. And generally, people will jump in and fucking do, like, I got blind shotted. I was fucking punching on with one dude, and the other dude fucking smashed me clean as shot to the cheek, which I've done it. Like, you know, I've landed some good hits on people in the past, and it fucks them up if you get it land a real good one, and then the fight's pretty much over if you have any kind of fucking self-respect, you know, unless you like kicking people. I didn't fall down anyway. I kept going, but then I was fighting two people. Anyway, shit. I'm going on too many tangents here. All I'm saying is this is maybe why PC culture, the PC culture is like stifling your ability to joke around and stir the pot and fucking essentially troll people back, especially the wealthy and like women and wealthy people. Some people can try to push the limit of their you know, they can use freedom of speech and wind you up and piss you off and say what they want, and they get it a reaction. It's either going to be a physical reaction, or you have to be calm enough to fucking wind them up and stir the pot and play the game. If they create the rules, you just got to play the game. You have to play the game that they create the rules. We just keep playing the game, which is shit. Like, it's fucking stupid. But anyway, that's a fucking tangent. I was talking to my brother about it because we were pouring concrete, and he's like, "That bloke fucking pisses me off," and he was raging out. I'm like, you can't do anything, man. You need to pay your fucking mortgage. You have to just be like, yeah, mate. Just keep saying yes to that dude so he fucks off. And then we can go back to fucking peace and serenity. And see, when people piss me off at work, I'm like, yeah, mate, no worries. And like, I'd just be like, oh, like, for example, we're pouring concrete. The boss was there. He's annoying the shit out of us. He's fucking micromanaging everything. Like, do this, do this, do this. Before you can even do it, you're like in the process of doing something. And then they're like, go do this. And you're like, leave us alone, micromanager, right? And so all I do is I say, when was the last time we did a job like this? And he's like, probably 4 years ago. I'm like, 2016. Like, isn't that when Trump got elected? And he's just like, oh, here we go. He's like, here we go. And I'm like, I'm like, I love Donald Trump. And this is the way you get back at them. This is the way you play the game. They make the rules, and we play the game. And we stir them back. We stir them back hard. We frustrate them so they leave us alone. Gavin McInnes said that. He's like, there's two kinds of people in politics. People who want to be left alone and people who won't leave you the fuck alone. And I think that's true in reality. And your only defense is to shit stir them back and wind them up and joke around. And that's probably why the PC culture is actually trying to rob you of your only last tool you have to push back on the fuckheads of this world. If you follow what I'm trying to say, I'm talking shit now. The moonshine's kicking in, mate. I usually just lurk and don't post much and chat, but I'm always watching, Dusty. Ooh, thanks, Zen Rhino. I think I follow you on Instagram. That's right, Zen Rhino. You always cook steaks and that on Instagram, I think it is. Cheers, mate. Good on you, mate. Good on you. Oh, Tangent Wave Radio. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about, mate. I'm having a beer with my mate Dusty. Cheers, mate. Cheers, fucking yo. I'm getting a bit wasted. Is 10 to 10 in the morning too early to be wasted? Don't worry. I used to binge drink every night. So it's not like that bad, right? For 2 years, I binge drink. Just got wasted. So I think I'm doing all right. I'm drinking way less. Way less than I used to. I haven't even gotten through these articles. Anyway. Yeah, so 1 million people are going to storm this Area 51. I reckon it's bullshit. This is some bullshit article where it's like they're trying to tell everyone not to storm Area 51. Like, if this goes through and people storm Area 51, back to reading the article, you know we're all going to think they're legends. You know we're all going to be like, yes. I hope there's some whoever the mad YouTuber who's like running around with a GoPro. Be sick if someone does a live and they're like, it's all happening. Dustbo. I need to find some American and we need to do like a live. I don't know if you can. I'm sure you could get fucking. You could go live out there somehow and we could do like a Hangouts chat and be like, hey, taking Dustbo into the deep. Do a live storm while storming Area 51. Go pat an alien. Surely, first thing they do, they catch an alien. They're like, wonder what that tastes like. That's probably exactly what happened. Delicious. Anyway, should we read? Seems though we're on the taxation talk, which I love. All the tax they take is not going to solve the problem. It's not going to solve the problem. If they're already taxing you at 50%, not like a carbon tax, we want an extra 5%, and we're going to solve the world's fucking problems. We're going to stop pollution. We're going to stop global warming. No, they're not. If you can't solve, they want to be these heroes who solve all the problems of the fucking world, right? We're going to fix all the problems. If you can't fix all the problems whilst taxing us at 50%, right? You ain't gonna fix shit. If you can't do it with 50 cents in every dollar we earn, you've lost it, mate. We ain't encouraging you anymore. There's no more things you can solve. You can't solve shit. At this point, we're being ripped off. Sorry, mate. We're being ripped off. That's all we need to say. Be like, hang on a minute. You're doing a shit job. We're going to sack you all. Right? Anyway, here's an article about trannies. It's funny. I seen a tranny when I was at the medieval festival last weekend. There was actually a tranny there, and every time I see a tranny, they look me dead in the eyes. Like, I'm walking along, and I'll be like, probably because I'm walking. It's like all the body language. You're like walking, strolling along, then you're like, and you're like, tranny. To all your mates, and then your mate goes, I know. Like, they're angry at you for pointing out that there's a tranny. And then when you walk past the tranny, you bang, you lock eyes with the tranny, and it's like you just even looking at them in the eyes, you're like, they're looking at you in the eye. And they're lip readers. Trannies are like fucking. They have like psychic ability. No, they have the ability to lip read. You look in the eye, and they're like. So always I advise you to put the hand up and block the lip reading trannies and be like, tranny. And then your mate will be like, fucking no. And then you like keep walking, right? Keep walking. The tranny walks past you and then you're like, tranny. So everyone knows it's a tranny. And I reckon trannies, I reckon I'd get along with these trannies anyway. Like, I think I'd get along with them. I think they're kind of funny people. They know they look funny. I think they're funny people. I wouldn't mind interviewing some trannies. I should just talk. Next time I see a tranny, I'll be like, "Hey, you going? Dusty Bogan here." Just, just whip out the camera. Just the hat comes out. Anyway, now we're on the fucking tranny talk and the tax talk. Canadian taxpayers will fund breast implants for biological men who wish to present as women. So, what happens if you were like, right, if you're a woman, like a flat chested woman, and you identify as a man and you're like, I want them big bolt ons, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, Canadian women, no excuse anymore to be flat chested. Just identify as a man and get them bolt ons, you know what I mean? And if you're going to be a tranny, I mean, look, some of these trannies, like there's photos right here. Canadian taxpayers will fund breast implants for biological men who wish to present as women. Okay. If you happen to be a Canadian taxpayer, your government is using your hard-earned money for all sorts of things. We fund 100,000 domestic abortions per year. Whoa. Okay. For example, thanks to Trudeau, we're also paying another $700 million annually for abortions in developing countries. What the fuck? That's real racism right there. That is fucked up, man. Potentially including countries where abortion is illegal. What the fuck? Canadians also pay for the country's widely unwatched state broadcaster. For countries' widely unwatched broadcasters, the CBC, which has lately decided to begin promoting child drag queens, and now it turns out taxpayers will also be funding the purchase of breasts for biological males suffering from gender confusion. Holy fuck. This is insane. This is fucking insane. I can't believe this shit. I don't know what's happening with this fucking YouTube. Lisa, this is what Lisa reckons. In Canada, you can legally say you're a man when you're a female and vice versa. I know. So if you're a woman and you're flat chested, you say, I'm a man, you get them big bolt ons. And you're like, laughing, mate. I'm a fucking man. When I was in Thailand on my honeymoon, you probably all heard the story. Get used to it. I was on my honeymoon in Thailand. There's like Ladyboy Alley, like I think the Thai ladyboys trannies, they do wonders for the tranny community. They're actually funny and they laugh at themselves and they joke around. They're pretty cool, right? They're actually all right. Like, I'm a conservative Christian and I'm like drinking with the fucking ladyboys, like, hey, yo, giving them hugs and, you know, enjoying their company, and it was all good. Anyway, I got a photo with this tranny. Had a giant cigar, and this tranny got a photo with me, and she like, I didn't know it. You know them Polaroid cameras? And the fucking camera, the photo pops out. Anyway, it wasn't until the next day I look at the Polaroid picture. I'm like, what the fuck? This tranny, when I got the photo, she pulled her tit out and slapped my hand on a big hairy man tit. They were obviously bolt-ons. Anyway, so, you know, I soak this hand in bleach every day for 5 minutes because the tranny's polluted my hand. No, joking. She's all right. Poor tranny lady. Are you really taxed at 50%? Yeah, I'm pretty sure income tax it's like 30%. No, I think it's like 25%. And then there's like all the other taxes. Mate, they fucking add up. It's like insane. It's crazy. Like whatever nation you're from, you can look it up. You're getting taxed beyond your income. Your income tax, that's just the first tax, mate. If you add all the taxes together, it's fucking insane. It's time for the weird shit finally. Yeah. Tranny wave. I think I already read that before. Tranny wave. Yeah. Should do an episode just tranny wave. We just talk about trannies. We just get trannies on and talk to them. I think we could do a lot with this channel to talk to the trannies. Be like, do I really need to pay for your fucking boob job? Is this like how like heaps of women work hard and save up for their own boob jobs, right? Like, what do we think? We think trannies are fucking insuperior human beings that can't get jobs and fucking raise the funds for their own boob jobs. Like, that's discrimination. I believe in the trannies. They can do it. They can get the money together for their own boob job. You know what I mean? I believe in you, trannies. You can do it. Um, we used to go we used to go tranny wig snatching when we were teenagers. Ooh. Totally be in jail for hate crime these days. How many fucking trannies have I know? Like, there must be a lot of trannies where you're from. Tranny wig snatcher is a great name for a brand. Tranny wig snatcher. I love it. I fucking love it. But like, how many actual trannies are fucking out there? Like, there's not a lot of trannies. I used to go, like, my last church I went to, there was two trannies. Two trannies? Yeah, there's two trannies, and they used to come to my house for Bible studies. And I'm telling you, these trannies were all good. I was like, we are talking about heterosexual monogamy, marriage, heterosexual monogamy. This is the only outworking of people's sexuality that we're going to be talking about. Like, no, we'll talk about anything. But the thing is, that's what I'm promoting. That's what we're talking about. Talking about what the Bible is kind of saying is the way to go, mate. And the trannies were fine with that. The trannies like, yeah, no worries. Not a drama. They were like quite happy to come. I used to go pick the trannies up. I'd go drive to the house, pick them up, bring them to my house, eat together, joke and laugh and have a good time. Then we'd share like a 20-minute message or whatever. Talking shit. You know what I mean? Reading from the Bible, whatever. Having a fucking good one, mate. Where am I going? I'm losing here. Some assholes just need a regular bashing. Yeah. I think it's like, I think we should encourage, like, right, sort your problems out. Just chuck on us some gloves and headgear and have a little, like, a bit of a fight. Right, mate, you are a fucking dickhead. There was like a normal part of society when someone was such a fucking dickhead, they got bashed or that there was a punch on, like a one-on-one fight. And it was good for society because it made people think like, yeah, I'm not going to be a fuckhead because I have to fight if I am that much of a dickhead. And now we've like robbed that from our society, and people are rude dickheads. Like, I'm not talking about disagreeing on politics or your religion or culture. Like, that's fine to talk about, like, civilly, right? But if you're generally just a fucking dickhead, like tone of voice, attitude, that's the main thing. I think it's tone of voice and attitude and like the way you talk to people. You can get away with saying a lot if you're like, go about it the right way. You know what I mean? They need to be fucking trained up in this shit instead of just being like, oh, fuck. You just like have to regulate your own thought process and be like, oh, I will not bash this person. Which is really rare, but it does happen. And you're like, there should be some consequence for being a fucking dickhead in this world. And that's what I'm saying. You have to fight fire with fire. If they want to play the game that way, you play the game back. You'd be like, is that right, mate? And you'd be like, just fucking, you're a dickhead, and point your finger over the head and just be like, you're a dickhead. What are they going to do? What are they going to fucking do? They're going to take a swing at you, and then you have every right to fight them. You know what I mean? So we're going back. We're going back because I jumped back in the comment section because I barely know how. I'm barely fucking doing this shit. I love the tranny wig snatching. That's awesome. The trannies that I were, how many trannies? I think I've like, I reckon there's the 2 young trannies who I know who came here for Bible studies. And I swear to God, the other fucking tranny, I keep seeing the same tranny. Wherever I go to a medieval festival, you go to fucking in the city, it's the same tranny. There's only one tranny. And I reckon that one tranny, there's like fuck all trannies, right? There's not many of them. They're like an endangered species. There's not many of them anyway, even though we're trying to change our whole fucking society for the trannies. And I bet you if you spoke to the trannies, they're like, I kind of like being an outcast. They like punk rock, you know what I mean? And it's like all that. This is the weird thing. It's the weird thing about the gays and the Muslims and the trannies, right? They're just trying to domesticate them. The left is trying harder than anyone. They're not letting them be their own little fucking subgroup, which they probably like. I think they like that. It's a bit like rebellious and cool in a way. They shouldn't give a fuck what anyone thinks of them. And then they're like that. I think they're like that. And then the mainstream virtue signaling left wing losers, they're like, we must domesticate the homosexual, the tranny, and the Muslim. And they want to bring them into the mainstream. And I don't think they want it. They don't want it. They're just like, nah. And in the process of domesticating these people, they try to normalize it. And really what they're trying to do is like move to the suburbs, get a white picket fence and a family sedan and be normal. Like they're trying to make them normal. So like really they want them to be like us. They want them to be like the conservative. They want them to be the family people, the community suburban lifestyle, hardworking family lifestyle. That's what they want. Just be normal. We accept you. Look at us helping you. PC virtue signaling everything you do. We fucking love you so much. Muslims and trannies and gays. Just move into the suburbs. Get a family sedan and white picket fence. Have a family. Get a job. Settle down. And we're all just like, yeah, okay. Okay then. No fucking worries, mate. Where am I? Did you hear about the Swedish family got that kid taken by the government and put in a Muslim family? The dad had to kidnap his own daughter and seek refuge in Poland. That's fucking crazy. I wonder, the question is, would you prefer your kid to be in a Muslim household than a left-wing household? And I don't think them left-wing, I don't think the radical left-wing or radical Muslim households exist. They exist in the 1% or 0.01% time. They're almost not real. It's only a made-up clickbait, fake world reality. And most of the time, these people are just dead set normal. But I think that's absolute bullshit. Fuck Sweden. Sweden are retarded. We are so politically correct. What the fuck are they putting a Russian guy's kids into a Muslim family home? I'm pretty sure the guy's wife, I read the article, this Russian guy, his wife had like schizophrenia and had to go into a mental health facility, something like that. And yeah, the Swedish government were like, "Oh, family services will have to look after you. We'll take your children. We'll look after them. We'll put them in a nice home. White picket fence, family sedan. Lovely, lovely people. Send them to a Muslim home." And the Muslims do have a high rate of fucking rape and pedophilia. It's normalized. Go read the Quran. I'd be fucking very worried about that scenario because you're like, hang on a minute. Didn't Muhammad marry a 6-year-old? All these fucking pedophile friends of this Muslim family. Maybe the family's normal, but it's all the whole community who fucking normalize pedophilia. I'd be like really fucking worried about that. Hang on a minute. There's not much good about the Muslims. There's not much good about it. They don't drink. The men grow beards without mustaches. Look, get this. Even Abraham Lincoln looked like a fucking idiot. He should have had a mustache on that beard, right? The women wear garbage bags. Look, Muslims, here's a tip. Grow mustaches for your beards. Give up on the fucking rubbish bag burkas. You can have a headscarf. That's fine. Don't give a fuck. They don't drink. What the fuck's the problem with you? They do drink. This is the thing. They do drink. They fucking drink and they eat bacon and they're lying. They can't. Sharia law is just like the PC left wing culture. They themselves cannot even fucking live by it. They can't live by it. It's just a front. It's a fake front. It's not even real. We're normal. Like, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. I have this, like, whatever culture or tradition we have, we live in the modern world. This is a modern society. Right? We live in the modern fucking world. This is 2019. So just dress normally. Be normal. Have a normal car and a normal house and normal clothes and eat normal. Like, just be fucking normal. Yes. Yes, when I go to the medieval festival, you get amongst it, right? You go to Oktoberfest, you get amongst it. You have fucking St. Patrick's Day, you get amongst it. It's Australia Day, you get like, you dress, you get into the cultural everything, food and clothing and everything. You get amongst it, right? But not every day. Just get over it, mate. You can't live like that. It's not fucking. This is 2019. Get with the fucking program. Fair play to you, Dusty. Okay, yeah, cool, mate. Thank you. Where am I? What have I missed? They have no income tax in Florida, I think. Wow. That's fucking sweet. It's worse than France, and they have been rotting for almost a year. It's worse than France. They have been rioting for almost a year. Yeah, the French have like the highest income tax ever. Mr. Dusty, legend, sir. Thank you. Thanks, mate. Fair play. Oh, so was this Roots Callan, early 2000? Is that when you ripped the trannies' wigs off? 2000s were good. The world was normal. Back in the year 2000, right? White people thought black culture was cool. We thought black culture was cool. Now we despise it. Now we're like black African American culture. We're like, it's toxic and retarded. We used to think it was cool. Now the PC culture came in. The victim mentality ruined African American culture. They fucking ruined it. And now we're like, it's pathetic. Just saying. That's one part of the PC culture they just fucking destroyed. They destroyed African American culture. They used to be cool, but now they're just pathetic losers, and no one likes likes victimhood mentality. Everyone's like, that's fucking pathetic. It's fucking pathetic. Liberals can't fight. Yeah. That's why they're trying to steal the P. That's why they're trying to undermine the P. The PC culture is just an assault on your ability to fight back because they've already robbed your ability to physically punch on, right? So now they're trying to rob your ability to joke around by deplatforming you and silencing you because they don't want you to be able to fucking stir the pot and sledge them. They're fucking physically weak and mentally weak. Because I'm victims. And they fucked the African American culture by pulling them into the victim mentality. They should listen to Kanye West. Time to set yourself free from the plantation, mate. The victim mentality, it's fucked. Stay away. And the trannies and gays have been pulled into the same thing, and even Muslims. We're all victims and weak losers. Fuck that. It sounds pathetic. When I grew up in New Zealand, we have the New Zealand Maoris who are like the natives. They're fucking tough. They're not victims. They're like warriors. They're awesome. I'm inspired by them. And I'm like, fuck yes. And I think they love the fact New Zealand's turning into a PC wasteland of victim mentality. When I grew up there, it was like the Maoris wanted the white people to be tough. They respect toughness because they're a tough culture and they're awesome. They're like a warrior culture. And they were like, yeah, they would want to sit down and watch fucking Braveheart and watch William Wallace. You know what I mean? They were like, these are the people who live here. These are the people we made a treaty with. These warriors. They loved that. They love that. The Maoris don't want the white people in New Zealand to be victims. You know what I mean? They have the balance right. Now we've been pulled into pathetic loser land. Where am I? Where am I now? But I swear to God, you ain't lived until you've snatched a wig off a tranny and sped away on your bike with your buddies. Just get chased. You know, if you're in Canada, you're just going to get this fucking tranny with giant bolt-ons chasing after you. It's the only Baywatch scene you'll ever get to see now is the tranny. You snatch a wig and the tranny with bolt-ons just fucking, I will fucking get you. Flaming eyes. Full hatred. And it's so funny. Makes you want to laugh. In 2000, they were really doing the hormone thing. So they were straight up men. Yeah, they love it. They fucking love that shit. There was always trannies. It's like they think it's like now they're like, oh my goodness, the trannies. The government needs to step in. Taxpayers need to fund this. If the taxpayer's going to pay for my fucking moonshine, I have a biological disposition. I've got Scottish and Irish ancestry. I have like hundreds of generations of alcoholics. It's a biological disposition. The taxpayer they shouldn't tax this at 75%. They should be paying me to drink. They should be paying me because I have a biological disposition. Thanks, world. All you taxpayers, I'm a victim of my genetic biological disposition and it's not fair. Fucking I want to move into the suburbs with a white picket fence and a family sedan and be normal. And you have to pay. I'm getting emotional because fair's fair, mate. Fair is fair. Fair is fucking fair, mate. Fair is fucking fair. If you want to start playing the game, then alcoholism should be it's a biological disposition, just like being a tranny, just like being a gay person. Multiculturalism. Don't you like my culture? You know what I mean? Are you prejudiced against my culture of alcoholism? It's a generational biological disposition. I can't help it. I was born like this. My fucking brother's calling me. Yeah, mate. What do you want? I'm just doing a live. Yeah. Just when you want to come around. Yeah, come around at 12 o'clock. No worries. See you, mate. Fuck, just hung up on him. Every time I do a live, he calls. And he doesn't even want to be like, I'm live. You know what I mean? The US lefties are going hard because they got so triggered by Trump. And that's why we love Trump, because he triggers everyone. We're like, yes, yes. Finally, someone came along who's just like going to be like, fuck you. And we love him. He is the best. We love this guy. How bad are libs down under? Yeah, they literally confiscated our guns. They literally did. We can only have like bolt actions and lever actions. I think you can't. Yeah, and like I think even now in my state, they're trying to get rid of lever action guns. Like you can reload too quick. I'm like fuck off. That is so fucking pathetic. They don't even know anything about hunting. I mean, whatever. Like they're just fucking so stupid. Like we have a pretty good fair and balanced society in Australia. Like it's not bad. It's all good. You know what I mean? It's all fucking good. It's not the end of the fucking world. Like there was so many people just fucking oh my goodness. Cry like little babies. I think it's funny. I think it's funny and it's fine because everywhere I go, I feel like I could get along with the gays and the trannies and the Muslims and all the migrants, and like they're actually fine. And you get to know them and you talk to them, and they actually believe in the exact same things I do. They're actually more socially conservative and hate taxes and are skeptical of the big government. They're just normal like us. They're just being tricked by the fucking left wing victimhood identity politics. So it won't take long before we get the balance right. I'm quite the optimist, mate. 75% for beer, shut up. Oh, I think it's 75% for spirits actually. That's why I bought my still and started making my own. I was just like, what the fuck? What? 75%. The best thing I did, no joke. I had like I bought heaps of shares in Bitcoin and stuff, and I was like, all right, obviously you got to be patient. And I was just like, oh, right, well, there's got to be better ways for me to make money. And I bought a still, and I was like, you know what? They're taxing me 75% for spirits. And I think I was binge drinking like beer, and I was getting a bit of a gut. So I was like, right, I'll start drinking like gin, and I started to drink spirits because I think it was like less carbs. Drink it with soda water, and then I'm like, all right, these spirits are quite expensive. So I was like, well, I'll sell some of my shares and I'll buy a still, because buying a still, I think it's like $5 a liter. So I'd pay $45 for this bottle. like a 700 ml bottle of spirits is like $45 in Australia. So they're taxing it like 75%. And I was like, the best investment I can do. Now say I was drinking a bottle a week, $40. Now it's costing me $5 a week. So yeah, $35 a week savings. That's like huge. The investment I bought with my still, it cost me $800. It came with enough ingredients to create. It was like literally came with enough ingredients to create $800 worth of alcohol if you bought it at the shop. So it pays for itself. By the time you drink all the grog, it's like a great investment and you break even. And then everything after that, it's all you're reducing your cost of drinking like drastically. That was the greatest investment I've ever made. It was like, wow, that was fucking brilliant. I don't know how we got onto it, but yeah, the tax thing. That's why I was motivated by how much tax we had to pay. So, Scottish, Irish, and Native Americans, and German and Polish alcoholism phobes. That's what they are. They're discriminating against my people and English. Yeah. They're discriminating against all of us. It's full hatred. It's a biological disposition. Europeans, they used to fucking, I'm pretty sure that the American first settlers in America, didn't you guys, wasn't it better, healthier to drink alcohol, like drink beer? Didn't they have like fucking low alcohol they would give children? The drinking's like a huge part of our culture. And they're trying to discriminate against us. They should pay us to drink. Imagine if you were like, the cops pull you over and they're like, "Here you going, mate? Can I see your ID?" Like, "Oh, you have a biological disposition to alcoholism." Sorry, your ancestry says you're Scottish. Here, mate. Here's a 6-pack. Now you make sure you drink at least 3 of these beers before you drive, mate. And you're like, "No worries, officer. Thanks, mate." Because your biological disposition matters. You know what I mean? In the perfect PC world, this is the PC world. We have to play the game. They create the rules. We play the game. I should be compensated. It's not fair. The common law didn't work. The Magna Carta in our constitutions in Western society, it's not. The common law did not suffice because we're all individuals. We all have different biological dispositions, and we should be treated accordingly because we're not the same. We're equal. We're equal. Equality. We need to be treated. We're diverse. We have diversity, and we recognize the diversity of the different groups and people with different biological dispositions. And like, we understand that, so we treat everyone differently, but that's actually because it's fair and it's PC, it's politically correct. So we bend the knee. We bend the knee and bend over backwards for the people who have a biological disposition towards alcoholism. You know what I mean? Is this the showstopper, man? Isn't the showstopper what's his name? Probably because the alcohol disinfects the water. Yeah, if you look it up, it's actually true. They used to make like kids alcohol. It was like a low level alcohol for kids to drink. So they did the same. Pirates drank rum. For the same reason pirates drank rum. Yeah, it's something to do with the red caps. Oh. It's awesome, man. We need to know all this shit. I think I need to. I'm just gonna